Mackenzie's Raiders. His secret orders from the President of the United States. Clean up the Southwest. Make it a fit place for Americans to live. Wipe out the renegades, outlaws, and murderers. If necessary, cross the Rio Grande, knowing capture means hanging by the enemy. Discovery, court-martial by the United States Army. Southwest Texas, 1873. Harsh, violent, punishing country. A territory in the grip of savage warfare waged between settler and Indian. Raid upon raid exacted a toll of misery and death. Colonel Mackenzie and his thinly spread 4th Cavalry found it all but impossible to help the territory to the peace that was needed so badly on both sides. However, one plan offered a possible solution to the problem. It was a long-range experiment to turn the Indian from warrior into peaceful farmer. One that could bring lasting peace, or if it failed, a return to bloody warfare.
Corporal, where's the next spot? Come on, Corporal. What'd you do, go to sleep? Corporal.
But there was one man whose purposes were best served by seeing the experiment utterly destroyed.
Go through his pockets, make it look like a robbery.
Mackenzie will be hopping mad when he finds out about this.
What can Mackenzie do about it? Nobody's going to bring a bunch of filthy Indians into this valley. Not while there's a breath of life left in me.
And so, Chief Sanico, if your people succeed, it'll be an example for other tribes. Mr. Marcy, your advance party ready to leave?
Ready to go, Colonel.
Mr. Marcy is an expert in land cultivation. He's been sent out here to teach your people how to take their food from the soil.
You have chosen well, Colonel Mackenzie. I know this land. It is strong and rich.
There is no buffalo to hunt.
Ah, Gray Wolf. You must turn from the buffalo and learn to take your food from the soil.
To till the soil is the work of a squaw. The Comanche is a warrior, a hunter. And now you will make him a man without honor.
My son, our ways must change, or there will be no Comanche.
No one will ever say that Sanico was a chief without honor.
Colonel, I've already chosen a temporary campsite. Plenty of water. We can start plowing our fields north of there.
I'll leave all the technical details in your hands, Mr. Marcy. Just get started as soon as you can. The rest of the tribe will be arriving within the week. Oh, and when Commissioner Cameron comes out, he'll want to come out and take a look around, too.
When does he do at the fort?
Sometime tomorrow morning. Mackenzie wishes his friend success. Good luck.
Thanks, Colonel.
Come in.
Colonel, the 2 men we sent to post signs at Clear Fork were found murdered. About 3 miles from Grayson's place.
Ramsey and Hall?
Yeah, they must have been jumped for their money. They were stripped clean.
Sometimes I wonder if the world is based on reason or on madness. All right, get our horses.
What is it, Kirk?
A couple of our boys just spotted Mackenzie coming down the trail. He'll be here in a few minutes. I told you messing with the government means trouble.
Now, you listen to me, Kirk. I spent 15 years of sweat making this the best ranch in the valley, and I'm not going to stop now.
Well, you got everything around here but the valley. Do you want that, too?
Yes, I do. I tried to buy that land from the government, and they refused to sell it to me.
Well, maybe you'll be able to make a deal now.
A deal with who? A bunch of redskins playing farmer? The river runs right through that valley onto my spread, and they'll be using it for irrigation. The only deal I'll make now will be a one-way deal.
We can't take on the whole United States Army.
We don't have to take on the whole United States Army. I've got 40 good men with 40 good rifles. They'll be able to handle the Comanches. And as for Mackenzie, he's got 1,000 miles to patrol, and he won't be worrying about a few warriors. Now, you go out there and greet him. Hello, Colonel. Come in.
Thank you.
Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
What brings you here, Colonel?
2 of my men were robbed and murdered at Clear Forks.
Oh, that's bad. When did it happen?
Yesterday. I thought maybe one of your men might have seen or heard something.
No, we don't often get over to the valley except to look for strays. Did you hear anything about this?
No. Maybe it's a couple of saddle tramps. Or Indians. They're always wandering through here giving us trouble.
Well, I do hope you'll have your men keep their eyes open. I wouldn't like anything to happen to the government experiment.
Experiment?
Yes, the government is trying out an Indian farm over at Clear Forks.
Well, what do you know?
That'll never work, Mackenzie. Indians are lazy. You can't trust them either. They're a thieving, murderous savage. Frankly, I don't like the idea of them being next to me. First thing you know, they'll be stealing my cattle.
Not necessarily. Not if we teach them how to work the land. A man who's not hungry is seldom a thief.
Trying to change an Indian is like trying to take the smell out of a skunk. You can't do it.
We can try, Mr. Grayson.
It's the waste of the taxpayers' money. I guarantee you they'll hightail it out of here with their first little bit of sweat. You'll see.
I'm afraid those Indians are going to be your neighbors for some time, sir. And I'll expect your cooperation.
Do you wish to cooperate, Kirk?
I think it'd be real neighborly.
Now that's the way it's done. Now you try it, Grey Wolf. Remember, straight and steady. Go, Rowdy.
Let him plow nice, neat rows. And tonight we'll do the planting.
Dynamite, a new word, a new force. It could help man carve a nation from the wilderness, or in the wrong hands, destroy him.
You must learn well. You will have to teach the others.
A Comanche was meant to ride a horse, not to follow behind one in the dirt.
When I taught you to use the bow, you did not master that the first day either.
Grey Wolf, when you see that first green living thing break through the earth, all your work will be rewarded. Tomorrow when the seeds arrive, I will teach you how to plant.
The seed and supply wagon you sent out this morning represents an investment of $2,890. We estimate it will cost us 50 cents per diem per Indian to keep them going until the first crop. Now, our total investment will be $59,000. In terms of my department's budget, this represents an exorbitant sum. Therefore, we must insist you make no unauthorized expenditures.
Well, I really don't have time for the bookkeeping, Commissioner Cameron. I'm all in favor of the program, but I must warn you that turning a Comanche into a farmer is no easy task.
Colonel, during the past 12 months, more than 4 million buffalo were slaughtered. In 5 years, the Indians' food supply will vanish completely.
That's right, that's right. Either he learns what we have to teach him, or he faces ultimate starvation and extinction.
The Indian has no choice. He must cooperate.
Well, I wouldn't explain it to a Comanche brave in just those terms. They're a very proud people.
Well, you talk to him any way you like. We're interested in results at the lowest possible cost.
I understand, Mr. Commissioner.
Pardon, sir. Mr. Marcy's outside. Says it's urgent.
Have him come in. What's up, Mr. Marcy?
It's unbelievable, Colonel. Last night when we finished plowing one of the fields, it blew up.
Blew up? What do you mean it blew up?
That's just what it did. Ruined a whole day's work.
What's this man talking about, Colonel?
That's what I'm trying to find out, Commissioner.
Are you Commissioner Cameron?
That's right.
I'm Dave Marcy. I can't explain it. I've never seen anything like it before in my life. It was like 10 kegs of gunpowder going off all at once.
Gunpowder? Yeah, it may have been gunpowder. It may have been something else. Anybody hurt?
No, but plenty scared. I did all I could to calm them down. Grey Wolf was all for leaving, but Senecal promised they'd stay put.
Sergeant,
Yes, sir.
organize a patrol. We've got trouble over in Clear Forks. I'll ride with you. We've got to catch that seed and supply wagon. On the double.
You said it might not have been gunpowder, Colonel. What else could it be?
Did you ever hear of a new explosive called dynamite?
Beautiful stuff. You could move mountains with this, Kirk.
You sure you got a long enough fuse? Remember what happened when we dammed the waters up in the North Canyon?
You worry too much, Kirk. Big ideas take big men and power, and this is all the power I want.
Here comes the wagon.
Load it!
Mackenzie's orders: clean up the Southwest at all costs. Make the territory safe. Help to settle the Comanche in Clear Forks. See that they are taught how to farm. But Mackenzie had yet to realize the ruthlessness of Matthew Grayson, a man driven by power and prejudice, determined to blast the Comanches from Clear Forks.
They were blown off the face of the earth. Sergeant, tell Mr. Marcy to come over. I'll dictate a report later.
I must say, Colonel Mackenzie, I don't understand this.
It's very simple. Your department just lost $2,900. And when you enter it on your books, you might also enter the cost of the lives of 2 men.
No need to get tested, Colonel. I'm just trying to find out what the devil happened.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was dynamite, all right. I saw an ordnance test back east. I'll never forget it.
This just doesn't make sense. Who'd have dynamite out here?
Matthew Grayson. He's been using it for months to clear roads and divert water on his lands.
Well, you think this Grayson is responsible for the wagon?
Could be. And he could have blown up that plowed field, and he could have murdered the 2 men I sent out to post signs at Clear Fork. I wouldn't put anything past him. He hates Indians.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's place him under arrest.
The Army's taught me one thing, Mr. Commissioner. Never go off half-cocked. That dynamite might have been stolen from Grayson. On the other hand, if it is Grayson, if he does have a plan to take over that valley and drive out the Comanches, then I better have a better plan to trap him.
Colonel, the sergeant told me what happened. What are we going to do now?
There's only one thing we can do. Keep those Indians in Clear Forks and make it apparent they're going to stay there.
After what happened last night, they're afraid to go out in those fields and work.
They'll work. They'll work if you and the commissioner go over there and pitch in. Set an example. Try to show them that there's nothing to be afraid of.
Well, what'll that accomplish? It won't take care of Grayson.
I'm not so sure. Maybe we can make him bite if we use the right bait. Grayson is a greedy, bigoted man. He's obsessed with a hatred of the Indian. If we can convince him those Indians are going to stay in that valley, we can sting him into doing something drastic.
Well, why use subterfuge? I say let's go in and arrest him.
I have no proof. The dynamite is the only link to Grayson. I've got to catch him actually planting it.
How?
You leave that to me.
Well, what am I going to say to Washington?
I'll take the responsibility. Gentlemen. Sergeant.
Yes, sir?
Sergeant, have a detail of men ready to leave for Clear Forks at sundown. We're going to move into that valley under cover of night, on foot. The men are to be deployed around the plowed field and the camp. They're to be concealed at all times, but I want them to keep their eyes open. The lives of the people in that camp depend on their vigilance. Now, they're to communicate with each other by signal only. But remember, if even a field mouse gets in there tonight, I want to know it.
I understand, sir.
To all outward appearances, the farm experiment continued normally. However, the area was now sealed off by Colonel Mackenzie and his raiders, a small group of highly trained specialists, experts in the art of violence, whose duties were dangerous, whose orders were secret.
Thank you. I haven't worked this hard since I was a boy back on the farm in New Hampshire.
Now, when the Indians leave the valley, we'll bring in our men and go to work on the headwaters. If we blast here, in this narrow spot, and build a dam, we'll have a controlled flow from the watershed. Kirk, when I take over Clear Forks, you can stand on the highest ridge and see nothing but my land, no matter which way you turn. Have the Indians left?
No. 2 men came in, and the Indians pitched camp again. Now they're back out plowing the fields. Look like they're going to stay.
What?
I don't know what's going on.
I knew it.
Well, we'll let them break their backs. A little dynamite placed in the right spot, perhaps on the slope overlooking their camp, will bring down half the mountainside. We'll bury them all with one clean sweep. Oh, get a case of dynamite and put it in the cave near the headwaters. We'll work out of there.
I don't like it. It's too quiet. You think Mackenzie's out there?
I guess he's out there someplace. Maybe we ought to turn in.
Yeah, it's one night I won't get much sleep.
How long have we been here now, Sergeant?
2 hours and 45 minutes, sir.
Yeah.
Hold it.
What do you want?
I'll answer the questions. What are you doing here? Grayson sent you, didn't he? To blow up the camp.
Look, if you want to question me, let's go somewhere else.
You're not going anywhere. You're going to stay right here. If that dynamite goes up, you go up too. All right, men. Take cover. But keep him in your sights.
No, please, don't leave me here.
You haven't got much choice, mister. Take one step and you'll die by my rifles. Stay here and you'll die by your own dynamite.
It's Grayson's dynamite.
Where is he?
Up there in a cave.
Will you take us to him?
Yes, anything. As long as we can get out of here before it's too late.
Sergeant.
All clear, sir.
All right, lead the way.
Why don't you sit down?
Well, what's keeping him so long?
Well, why don't you go out and have a look for yourself? It'll make you feel any better. Did you see anything?
No.
Something wrong. The dynamite should have gone off by this time.
Well, maybe he didn't plan it right.
Not Hogue. He knows how to handle the stuff.
Well, maybe the Indians planted a guard and he couldn't get through.
Will you stop behaving like a frightened woman?
Somebody's out there. Hogue.
Ah, there's nobody out there.
I tell you, I heard something.
Grayson, you're trapped. You're bottled up. Come on out.
Give me the rifle. You try to get me, I'll put a bullet in your head.
Grayson?
What are we gonna do? They wait us out.
I'll take care of them.
Grayson, this is Mackenzie. We've got your man, now we're taking you. Come on out.
With the threat of Matthew Grayson removed, the Valley of Clear Forks became the new home of the warriors who worked the soil. And for Mackenzie, another step toward helping the territory grow.
And you will be pleased to learn, Commissioner Cameron... No, strike that, Commissioner Cameron. You'll be pleased to learn that the Indians are already planning to double their acreage for next year. You got that?
Yes.
Now, final paragraph. You will also be pleased to know that we have stayed well within our budget. There have been no unauthorized expenditures. Underline unauthorized. Your obedient servant, so forth, 4th Cavalry Commanding. Don't disturb me until I let you know.
Hey, wait a minute, you can't go in there. We wish to see the Colonel. I'm sorry, the Colonel can't be disturbed.
I told you I didn't want to be disturbed. What's this commotion?
They insisted, sir.
It's all right, Sergeant.
You will honor us, my white brother, if
if you accept this offering from the Comanche's first harvest.
I am honored. Sergeant. Thank you. Thank you.
Mackenzie's raiders rode again and again, carrying out the secret orders of the President of the United States. Do whatever necessary to clean up the Southwest. Make it a decent place for